This beautiful black woman you see in front of you is deceased because police ain't shit. Young woman's name is Breonna Taylor. She's an EMT worker. She died on March 13th after officers with the Louisville Metro Police Department executed a search warrant at the wrong damn place. Went to the wrong house. Went to the wrong house. Didn't even say they were police when they did it. Had a no-knock warrant. Went to the wrong home. Shot this woman 8 times. Killed her. Now, police at the time said they knocked at the door several times and announced their presence as police who were there with a search warrant. The officers forced their way in through the door and were immediately met by gunfire. That's what they say, Johnson. That's what they say they did, Johnson. I don't know if that's what they did. Lieutenant Ted Eldham, that's the story he told at a March 13th press conference. Taylor's death gained national attention this week after the family hired attorney Benjamin Crump, who's also representing the family of Ahmaud Arbery, the black man in Georgia who died, as you know, February 23rd after they being pursued by Klansmen in spirit, Gregory and Travis McMichael. Crump called Taylor's death a senseless killing. We stand with the family of the young woman in demanding answers from the Louisville Police Department. The attorney called out the police department for not taking responsibility and not providing any answers regarding the facts and circumstances of how this tragedy occurred. Crump joins Aguilar and Lonita Baker in representing the family. Now, here's what the lawsuit suggests. The lawsuit alleges that Taylor and her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, were asleep in the bedroom when police in plain clothes and unmarked vehicles arrived at the house around 12:30 a.m. The officers were looking for a suspect who lived in a different part of the city. Lord have mercy. Hello, somebody. I stand with law enforcement. They always right. These blacks need to listen more. They need to listen more. You just need to use your ears to listen more. If I wasn't a God-fearing woman, I'd smack the hell out you. Once again, the officers were looking for a suspect who lived in another part of the city, who was already in police custody. Yep. Whew, okay. The officers were looking for a suspect who lived in a different part of the city and was already in police custody because he was arrested earlier. 3 officers entered the Taylor's home, without knocking, without announcing themselves as police officer, the suit states. The lawsuit says Taylor and Walker woke up and thought criminals were breaking in. Walker called 911. According to the Courier-Journal, police said he opened the fire and shot an officer. If you're coming in my house at 12:30 in the morning without telling me who you are, you're not an officer. You're doing a home invasion. The defendants then proceeded to spray gunfire into the residence with a total disregard for the value of human life. Shots were blindly fired by the officers all throughout the Breonna home. The suit states that Walker had a license to carry and kept firearms in the home for protection. Taylor, 26, was shot 8 times and died. Walker, 27, was arrested. According to jail records, he was charged with assault and attempted murder on a police officer. The case goes on. It goes on to state that Breonna posed no threat to the officers, did nothing to deserve to die at their hands. She was unarmed. Neither of the two had any criminal history for drugs or violence. No drugs were found in the home. The gunfire from the officers struck objects in the living room, dining room, kitchen, hallway, bathroom, both bedrooms. The officers failed to use any sound, reasonable judgment whatsoever when firing among more than 25 blind shots into multiple homes and causing wrongful death of Breonna. Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, filed a lawsuit in April in Jefferson Circuit Court alleging wrongful death, excessive force, and gross negligence. A spokesperson of the Louisville Metro Police Department said, due to an ongoing internal investigation into the situation, we're unable to comment at this time. Yeah, that's probably best. Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher said in a statement Tuesday that he was monitoring the case and talked to the police department's chief to ensure a thorough investigation. As always, my priority is that the truth come out, for justice to follow the path of truth, he said on Twitter. The Breonna Taylor case is under investigation, therefore expansive comments are not appropriate until all the facts are fully known. Mayor Fisher here's what you do. You gather up all the money that your shitty little town has. You put it in the biggest bag you can find. You take that bag to Mrs. Palmer, the mother of Breonna Taylor, and you get on your knees. You apologize. And I want to see real tears coming out of your eyes. And then you give her all that money. Then you go back to your shitty old office and you take out some debt. Yeah, take out some debt. I don't know, couple, make $1 million, $2 million, I don't know. Get out as much you can get in your little shitty ass town. Take out all the money, borrow all you can. Pawn your shoes if you have to. Here's better. Fire the whole police force, take their salaries, put it in the pit. Then you go get Mr. Walker, who you almost killed and who you wrongfully imprisoned, and you tell him all the money in the pit is his. Then you get in your little shitty car and you drive to hell. I covered this story, and it pains me, man, that there's some people out there, particularly my black women, who think that we don't care about them because we don't cover their stories in the same rate and with the same veracity that we cover stories of black men being slain by cops. I want you to know you're probably right about that. I don't know, man. I just tend to believe that by and large, that people, I think that black women are special, and I think that black women probably don't get the same treatment, but I guess I'm wrong about that. I don't know. I don't know about this case. Sounds like these are just dumbass cops who went to the wrong place, looked for the wrong people. But Breonna Taylor's did just the same. I think we need to do a better job of recognizing that racism, bigotry, bad cops, whatever happens, whatever we call it, that black women catch just as much hell as black men, and we need to cover those stories with the same intensity. So I apologize for that. But I want to thank Nina Turner for tweeting out this story, because without her, I might not have noticed it. It's one of those stories that somehow went under the wire due to the coronavirus. And that's a shame. You know, people say, what is going on? What is Trump getting done while the coronavirus is going on? This huge distraction that's taking place. Very few of those people ever stop to think, and myself included, what's happening to black people while these stories are going on? What types of injustice and civil liberties are going on to all my patriots out there? Probably a lot. He got a story right here that the NRA should just eat up. Shouldn't they? They should eat this story up, man. Story of a man and his woman in their house, 12:30 in the morning. No guns, no drugs, and the police come and kill the woman. Then lock the man up. Licensed to carry a firearm. Everything right. Called the police. Didn't know the police was in his house. Yeah, so the cops are saying, no, we announced who we was. If you announced who you were, why did he call the cops, dummy? This is an open shut case, Cleotis. Money is not an equalizer for anything. But in a country as jacked up with so much inequality that we have in this country, it's the second best thing we got. 26 years old, life gone. And they already had in custody the person they're looking for. Who didn't even live there. You can't even say, well, he was there before. No, he wasn't. They got the address wrong, dumbass. Wrong. I don't know why I'm talking to some people. Some people don't care. They do. They don't care. It didn't happen to me, so it didn't happen. I doubt it even happened. It's probably a fake story. Fake news. Fake news. What's fake is your love for people. Your respect for human life other than your own. All right. Breonna Taylor, I don't have a link to the family. I don't know if they're Benjamin Crump. Go to Benjamin Crump on Twitter. You can find him. Wolfpack.